everybody, and welcome to Whiskey at Work.
This is another one of your bad ideas.
This is a bad idea because I'm drinking what you paid for. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Whiskey at Work.
It's Rice, Check, and Rob.
The almost August is done version. God, why is this month so long?
I don't, because it's got the two big South Dakota events.
Oh,
in it,
boy.
It just makes you wanna.
You know, I was even on vacation for over a week.
Yeah, that was helpful
in
too.
between,
Thanks for that.
in between the rally and the fair, and I still am exhausted.
As part of the rally and the fair.
I was
last
gone.
weekend of the rally.
I was
and the
gone
first
the last
weekend of
2
the fair.
days of the rally, and the first 2 days of the fair.
So
I'm still here for most of it.
Yeah, not the important part. Not the tear down or the setup, but most.
I was there. Well, I'll still get the same thing. I set up the stuff at the rally, and I'll tear down from the fair. I'm just so glad you missed me. It feels like you missed me.
Uh-oh.
Did you?
I don't know.
Did you miss me?
No.
Sounds like you kind of did.
It was quite pleasant.
I don't
actually.
believe you because how mad you were that I was gone.
I was mad because there was other people that were doing the work that you should have been doing while you were gone.
That's what happens. See, now everybody knows my workload. It's heavy, and I work hard.
Well, I don't know if it's heavy, but you sure didn't delegate out to some of them other folks.
No, I figured you would be able to handle it because you're a smart guy.
I didn't go to the rally at all this year. So.
Exactly. But it's good to be drinking again. Not at the rally. Yeah. Well, I mean,
still,
I haven't sat down to have a good drink in. It's been
what you get for vacation with a 15-year-old.
I know. When you take your teenager on vacation, it's hard to sneak out to the bars to go drinking because they just get stuck in the hotel room at that point.
I just bring the bar with me.
I know you do. Let's talk today, Rob.
Why did you choose the?
Why did I choose what we're drinking right now? We'll get to that here in a moment. This is one of the whiskeys where we're like, God, we have this bottle of whiskey called GoldCock, and how are we going to work this into an episode?
Well, they have chickens at the fair. Let's drink that one.
Sure, there we go. The fair's going on. It's farm related, right?
You ever seen the videos with that big rooster that comes out of the hen house?
Oh, that
like
giant,
kill you?
4 foot, whatever those things are.
God.
That's probably what made this.
Yeah.
Probably what's in there.
You certainly told you how to make it, probably.
We found, when we were ordering online a number of months back, you and I were just going on a list of stuff like, oh, get that.
Yeah, the list got to be about 400 long, and then we had to whittle it down a little.
And I saw in the international whiskey category this whiskey from the Czech Republic, which is called GoldCock.
And I get the reputation for having the dirty mind, and you had to step up and get this one.
Look, I have been to both the Czech Republic and Slovakia, so I figured that
you were
maybe when I was over there,
the pretentious asshole that you claimed to be 6 minutes ago.
When I was over there, I didn't see this. I never came across this, and I was looking pretty hard for a regional whiskey from those countries.
You were looking hard for gold?
I was. These jokes, look, we probably will. But this is the one I ordered, so this is the one we're working into the episode right now. And I noticed that it is a single malt whiskey. So when you hear the word single malt, the first thing you probably think of is Scotch, because that's generally what Scotch is a single malt whiskey, right? But the big thing
unless it's a blend.
True, and a lot of Scotch is blended. But the big deal here in the United States now is this American single malt, where we were first introduced to it with Glenfargo from Proof Artisan Distillers in Fargo, remember?
Yep, I'm going to be there in a few weeks too.
Oh, I know, you're going to be picking some stuff up. Yes, you
Well,
are, pal.
we'll see.
You're driving, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
So we don't have to worry about checking bags.
I need to let them know that I'm coming.
Yeah, you should. Oh, you're gonna get to do? They'll treat you like a.
I know.
You'll get all the cool stuff at the distillery.
I get a little special treatment, but I'm not holding out. I'm not expecting anything.
Sure. The American single malt they've been trying to come up with the rules for this because it's really a brand new category for whiskey in the United States.
Yeah, they've been making it without the rules here,
right?
But it just got classified, right?
I believe so. Yes.
Or it's on the verge.
Well, I think it's been recently, within a year or so. I think
I thought Lexi said that it just came out as in the last.
That it did.
Yes.
Yes. By the way, we hung out with Lexi Phillips, the assistant distiller of Jack Daniels. Anyway, look, we're hardly anybody watches or listens to this. We're very small. So anytime we can name drop stuff like that, we get excited.
Are you saying you got a small gold?
Okay. If it's gold, I better get to the doctor. Right? But American single malt
certainly don't touch anything with it.
turns 2. Bing, bing. American single malt has to be made from 100% malted barley, distilled entirely at one distillery. So it can't come from someplace else. Can't be a blend of anything else. All has to be here in the United States of America, USA, right? Oak casks. Not exceeding 7. That was interesting to me. Why can't it exceed 700 liters in these oak casks? I wonder. And do they make what's 700 liters in American money? What is that?
I don't know.
Okay.
I apologize for not knowing.
Right. No,
I
that's
thought
fine.
that too. And
It seems like that seems big though, right?
Well, why in an American whiskey are they measuring it in liters?
In liters. Good point. Very good point.
I'm a thinker.
Also, the American single malt has to be distilled to no more than 160 proof, so that's 80% alcohol.
That's kind of standard, isn't it?
It seems
For American bourbon and everything
with
else.
bourbon too, right?
Yes.
And then it has to be bottled at 80 proof
Or more.
or more, and that is exactly what bourbon has to go in
Yes.
at. So it's kind of similar to that, but what
Bourbon has to go in at least 80.
at least 80, yeah. But what makes American single malt unique is just that it can only be malted barley. That's it.
There's no other grains
There's
involved.
no other- right.
Scotch can have malted barley and other
Yes, because
certain scotches.
certain scotches, because you can have a single grain whiskey, right? Which actually can be more than one grain, we learned, which is so damn confusing. Blended whiskey, of course, that's a blend of malted barley and grain whiskeys from multiple distilleries. And then single malt whiskey, which is a blend of malt whiskey produced one distillery, one type of malted grain, right? So did we clear any of this up between a single malt whiskey
I'm
and
still
an American
confused
single
by
malt?
the single grain whiskey. Is that a single distillery and it's just got to be made of grain?
Maybe
That must be what it is.
Maybe this is so, I don't know. It's so hard to just drink it, I guess.
Google
really.
it yourself. We're
Yeah.
not here. We're not experts. So
No,
just
we're not. We
find
know
one you like and drink it.
we were excited to finally get that American single malt as a distinction, as a new class of whiskey, though, in the United States. That's what I thought was kind of cool. This that we're drinking
This
is a
is-
single malt whiskey.
This is definitely akin to Scotch,
It absolutely is.
like a Highland.
You think so? You think that may be kind of what it?
Yeah.
I might kind of agree. There's no smoke to this at all, which
No.
is nice. Absolutely none. It's not as sweet as maybe the Speyside. But yeah, Rob, you're getting good at this Scotch thing. You don't even like it. But
I
this
don't
could be
really.
Highland-esque.
I did try the summer Shunkashuto last week with Chris at happy hour. It's pretty good.
That's delicious. That'll be our episodes coming up here after we get out of August and get done with this insane
By the
month.
time we get done with this, it's going to be fall Shunkashuto.
Might be. Yeah, this is the best way we thought to tie GoldCock single malt whiskey from the Czech Republic.
This reminds me of the George Dickel tasting we had at Timmins a while back.
And I couldn't find at all why they called it this. This has been one of the absolute most difficult research whiskeys I've ever
Saturday
done.
Night Live skit is why.
It could be. You can't find any information on this. You can't pronounce any of these city names. I tried looking them up online. I tried listening to, finding like interviews or videos about it. Nothing exists. So this is a mystery. It's a total mystery, but unlike Rob, I probably like it a little bit more than you do. Did it help with the water?
The
after
water
you had
did.
it?
Oddly, it did. It is coming in at 50% or almost
It's 100
almost
proof.
100 proof. So
cutting it back a little with
it
some water.
did
is-
help a little. It opened it up quite a little bit. It is very, like I said, it's very Scotch-like. It's for a light Scotch. It's not
Sure.
It's not a little Lafroig or a Lagavulin or anything
No,
like that. or
Lord, no. It's got a little fruitiness to
burnt
it.
asphalt like Gabe likes, but
Yeah, we got to get Gabe in here to taste this now to kind of get his opinion on it. He'll be able to break it down. I think honestly, here's my prediction: Gabe is going to like this.
I bet he does too.
I bet he will because He's a Japanese whiskey, which is also based on the Scotch model.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It was good. We've had this sitting in my office since back in May, probably, or April, whenever we ordered that stuff.
Well, about the same time the 10-year or the
From Jack Daniels.
bottled bond showed up.
So I'm glad we finally got to crack the seal on this. I'm glad August is almost over, and we
I
can
can't
we
wait
can
for August to be over.
start looking at the ones from Japan. So anyway, Rob, thanks for drinking this with me again. Nice to be back.
Are you
We'll try
going to go down
normal.
for cocktails on Thursday at the?
Well,
Windsor Block?
did I get invited? I never
Well-
responded back. There was only 20 invitations. Did I make the cut? Do I get to be number 21?
I
Did
don't
you
know.
hear? Because nobody got back to
I
me.
don't know.
Okay.
Maybe you got a +1. I don't know.
Oh, we can go. I can go as your date. What do you want me to wear?
I'm not touching that.
With a 10-foot gold. All right. Anyway, that's enough. This was terrible. Don't let your children listen to this one. I have to put a disclaimer on this. Anyway.
Hey, there's been surprisingly less profanity in this one than some of the other ones.
Boy, no kidding. I'm glad you've cleaned up. It's because you're tired, probably,
I
isn't
am
it?
a little tired.
Anyway, thanks so much for watching and listening to this edition of Whiskey at Work.